Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Mason back with another Lightly Lorcana video. Today we're going to be going over some of the deck lists from the $10,000 Charlie's Collectible Show tournament. It was a ton of fun to watch. Thanks 20 Lore Pro for streaming and broadcasting, commentating that event. It was a ton of fun. Congrats to Brennan DeCandio, BDeCandio7, for taking it down. That's two big CCS events in a row that he's won. So congrats to him. Check out his Patreon and find him on X and everything. He's a great Lorcana player. He does a lot of help with deck discussions and tutorials and all kinds of Steel Song stuff. Well, Amber Steel in general, but he's just an overall great player. So let's look at his deck. Diggy hole, as he loves to call it. The Kitas, a spicy new inclusion this week. He threw those in there to, if I recall correctly, it just kind of locks the board up there towards the end of the game. And you know, with this deck, you're not doing the Dwarf Mine helps control some of their board, but really you're not doing a ton of removal. I mean, you've got the options there, but really you're trying to get in there and turn sideways. And so, you know, you might be letting them build up a little bit of a board, but key to at the end of the game, make sure that challenging is really not the way that they're going to be contesting you. You're probably both going to have characters on board, but you're going to be questing for more because you got questy boys, and then Kita is just going to keep their boys from challenging your boys or girls. So yeah, it's a really cool deck. It's Amber Steel with a new spin, and then looking at the second place winner, Jeremiah, making a name for himself with this Ruby Sapphire deck. We're seeing a lot of Ruby Sapphire moving away from the Be Prepared and toward the Sisu based removal with the inclusion of ice blocks. You know, just ice block everything and Sisu them away. Only one dime, so hopefully, well, they're not running how far they are running how far I'll go. No, I'm thinking of one jump. Hopefully the dime doesn't get one jump, but we don't have to worry about that. Great stone to keep inking, even if you are not necessarily in a huge card advantage, is a cool inclusion. Sail the Azurite Sea, one of the staples in the blue decks since set 6 has been released. Maui Shark, 2 of. That's a good inclusion, I believe. This interesting card right here, Shield of Virtue, ready chosen character. So this is really helping you just have items to eat with Flaversham, but also multiple challenges per turn in the case that you have got a little bit of challenge to do, and works great with Maui. You can get 2 items back, or 2 actions back in a turn. That's pretty cool. Yeah, overall great deck. I like the Let It Go in case there's like a Lilo you need to get rid of or something like that, which might be the one chance Amber Steel has gotten to beat Red Blue. Now they just get rid of it with Let It Go. So pretty cool stuff from that. Now let's move on to Steel Fossa. Ruben Sosa's 3rd place deck. Sorry if I said your name wrong, Ruben. This is a really cool deck, Steel Fossa. I think this is pretty similar to what Alvin Lore Gains played and got top, what was it? Top 16 at Seattle, somewhere in there. And yeah, Steel Fossa, man. Playing some roulette with Mufasa to hopefully flip into some of these big boys. We've got Big Cindy, Big Gantu, Big Chimpo. I mean, just some absolute thick boys. And then Chinpo, if you've already got him on the board, whoever comes in with Mufasa is now untouchable because of Chinpo. He's a bodyguard for the Mufasa tutor. And then Doc to help us ramp into some of those big butts. Yeah, just overall solid. I mean, you know, you could high roll, low roll off of this Mufasa, but you know, the case where you do flip into a Gantu, puts 4 lore threat on board, you do flip into a Chinpo and your whole board's protected. It's crazy. We do see a good bit of set 6 in here. So the Gantus, the Plutos, and the Calhouns. It's cool to see those worked in so well already. All right. Ruby Amethyst by Kendall, aka No I'm Not, your local community pro, as 20 Lore loved to remind us throughout the event. Kendall, just one of the most well-known Ruby Amethyst players. He's so well-versed in this deck color combination, and then to see him mixing it up, throwing in new stuff for the meta. No castles. This deck has no locations in it. It's crazy to see. It's still got the Flynn Sisu package. That's the basics of it. Lots of Genie play. The One of Bell becoming more and more popular. And I like the One of Sisu. I honestly like Big Sisu in the red purple decks. It's just one more Be Prepared pretty much, honestly. brawls. We see an interesting Dragonfire here. Just one more little way to make sure you're able to get rid of any characters you need. And then the Fishhook. Look at that. Just giving Maui, I think Fishhook might be a tech for Maui dealing with locations, if I'm honest. I'm pretty sure that's just to make sure no locations get stuck on the board. We saw the Rise of McDuck Manor in those red-blue decks at the European Championships. So some things like that. Maybe he's teching in the Fishhook to make sure Maui is thicked up. It also gives evasive, right? Yes. You could give evasive to help deal with genies. So then all of your 4-strength characters like Go, Belle, Maui, Medusa now could have evasive with Fishhook to deal with perhaps a genie. All right, Amethyst Steel. I love the look of Purple Steel this set. It looks so fun to play. Getting out early with all the 1-drops. Look at this, 12 1-drops. We got Brooms, we got Chernobyls, we got Diablos, Maleficents. No need to pick between your 1-drops, just play them all. And then Calhoun's such a solid turn 2, man. I love playing Calhoun on 2. Anything they try to get rid of your stuff with, you're just getting lore for challenging. It's a great card. We've got 4 goats and then 4 half goats. So that is a lot of reach. I mean, this deck is just built to plow through red-blue, honestly. You're questing early. If they try to remove it, you're drawing cards. So it's like you keep card advantage anyway. Able to keep cards in your hand with Fox. And then the reach with Rose and Merlin is just so good. Throw down a big Gone too. There's nothing they can do about it. The cool thing about Purple Steel that's different from Amber Steel. So Amber Steel relies on Cindy to sing Storm or Strength of Raging Fire in the early game to control the board. Well, we've got Calhoun, we've got Fire the Cannons for Diablo, we've got Befuddle to just slow them down enough for us to quest. And I mean, this just looks like a really fun deck to play. Tristex obviously played it really well to finish so high. Yeah, 7-1. He won 7 out of 8 games. And then lastly, to round out the decks made available to us for the top 8 is this traditional looking Amber Steel list. Good old Steel Song, man. I love me some Steel Song. If you know anything about me, I've been playing Steel Song since I picked this game up. We got the Queen Shift Line. No Robin Hoods though. Sad to see it, but I think it's honestly getting to the point where we kind of have to play it, okay? The Queen Shift Line, just a little bit of extra strength to get us around that red-blue strength-based removal. I like the Naveen's, meaning you don't already have to have a singer on board to get value out of these songs. Really good. And then it leaves a body to quest, challenge, sing again next turn. It's just a really good card, and I'm glad to see it still having some effect in set 6 gameplay in the meta. Now, I'll be honest, this is almost exactly the list I played for set champs. I don't see any set 6 cards. I literally played this exact list for set champs, except I had a little bit less on the Ursula and Zeus, and I had 1 less Daisy, and I was playing Piglets, and I didn't even do Bare Necessities with this list. I just went for World's Greatest. But yeah, this is very, very close to a set 5 set champs list that I would play, honestly. But hey, if it works, it works. No need to mess with what's working. Shout out to Brian, topping up there with a set 5 Steel Song deck. I love it. All right, that rounds out the decks that we're going to see for today. So let me know in the comments what your favorite deck was from the Charlie's Collectible Show and what you're excited about seeing in the new set 6 meta, and we'll see you on the next one.